Hey, internets, we're back. 2 weeks ago, we were last here and we made people cry, and it was awesome. Hey, it's into the party gang. And I'm Wiley Hobbit, and I'll be your DM tonight. You can find me all over the interwebs as at Wiley Hobbit. Let's go around and meet our group. Just tell us who you are, maybe your Twitter handle, how we can find you that way, and your character, like name, class, level, and we'll get into this thing. Let's start with Ms. Misery.
Hi, you can see my Twitter handle down below. Easiest thing to do is find me there because I play in a couple different places, and I am playing Harlow, a tiefling warlock, hexblade, and she had a rough time last game. She's having a crisis of sorts. So yeah,
It was great. I love it. All right, how about Abby? Tell us about Lethiris, Abby. What's going on?
Hi, I'm Abby. I'm Nascasia Dio across the internet. It's spelled down below because I know you won't be able to figure it out just for me pronouncing it. I play Lethiris, the level 4 Minotaur Barbarian, simple farm boy, deluxe, trying to have a good time, realizing his new friends are all a little sad and a little mad.
You got kind of a strange group you've fallen into, so glad you haven't gored any of them yet.
Oh no, he would never.
Lots of kobolds, though.
Lots of kobolds.
All right, Devin, introduce us to Pavel Mansard.
Hello, I'm Devin. My Twitter handle's down below, and I play Pavel Mansard, a human arcane archer, 4. He's a good-hearted sort. Maybe doesn't always make the best decisions, but yeah.
All right, very good. Last and certainly not least, and probably messiest of all of us, our buddy Shannon.
Hey everybody, it is Shanalogic, the small trash can fire that plays your lovable gay dumpster fire, Flint, the Genasi Ranger, barbarian mess. She tries.
She succeeds. So that's your group. We're flying without one usual regular member. Sheena's not with us right now. She'll be back around at some point. So, last time we were into this is, I think, by my estimation, I think this is our 12th session. So hard to believe we're in that deep. And we are in a thing called Cascaton. And my friends here are looking for a thing called Zeliger's Bane. And they still haven't found it. We've probably got 7 sessions of dungeon crawl under our belts. It's a lot.
And
We're just not very good at it.
I didn't have a particularly great map to begin with. I don't know where it is anymore, so I lost it. So yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Part of the charm of this dungeon is it's supposed to be difficult to map. I mean, it's not Tomb of Horrors type, trap every 10 feet.
I mean,
But
I wasn't.
It has its charm.
I wasn't so much worried that my hallways weren't lining up like they seemed like they should have. It was nice to at least have some vague semblance of where we'd been, and now I don't have that anymore.
Yeah. And I'm cool with that as the DM. I'm absolutely A-okay fine with that. And so you're in this place at the bidding of one Lord Thanon, and you're looking for this item, the Zeliger's Bane, and a scroll that's supposed to be with it, and you're supposed to return it to him. And last session, Harlow ran across her patron for the first time. She experienced her patron, the Raven Queen, in a dream sequence that was pretty interesting and kind of left her in a little bit of a shambles. So that was cool. Very nice, a little emotional. It was fun to watch the other players who we had them take their headphones out and they had to just go off visual reaction. So that was kind of cool. But she got to know her patron just a little bit and had quite a conversation, didn't you, Harlow?
I couldn't get 2 sensible words out.
Yeah, it was great. It was good RP. Very well done. And so we're still doing our dungeon crawl thing. Pavel fell down about a 40-foot pit into a pool of water, very, very cold pool of water, from which the party was able to retrieve him. And they last cleared a small chamber, and we find ourselves kind of at midday, and I believe this is your 5th day in game time in the actual dungeon. It's big, it's labyrinthy, it's surreal. The game we're playing is put out by Goodman Games. It's D&D 5e. It's called Into the Borderlands, and it's actually a 5th edition remake of the original B1 and B2 modules from the basic edition. So it contains Into the Unknown and Keep on the Borderlands. And it's kind of special to me because my first D&D back in 1982 was the Keep on the Borderlands out of the red box. So that's what we're playing, but it's all refit for 5e. And I think the only change we need to think about for housekeeping is the 500 bits will now get your party 1 case of advantage. Okay. And you must claim that you're using it before you roll and before you use it. So you can't roll and then decide you want to use advantage. You got to say, hey, I'm going to use an advantage on this roll. And you can do that. So a little bit of a different shift. I think we were getting so many divine rerolls that it was really, really impacting the narrative and changing the course of some significant combat and things. So I applaud the rules shift there by the Castle Mac crew. And speaking of which, Steven is behind the scenes pulling levers, and I can smell the smoke from here, producing us. And so we'd like to say thanks to Steven and all the crew with Castle Mac for letting us stream on their channel and in their community. Very, very grateful to be members of this group. And if you're watching us for the first time and you haven't done so, give us a follow. We're like within 60 or so of 1,000 followers, and this thing hasn't even been up and running a year. I want to say late February, maybe March, was when this channel first kicked off.
61.
And 61 now, so 61 followers to 1,000. And also beneath our video, you can see there should be links to the Discord. So this isn't just D&D on the old Twitches. It's a great community. In fact, all these games that have spawned from the original, Castle Mac crew around the table on Sunday nights have all come through the Discord community. So it's very active, vibrant, inclusive, kind, loving, respectful. Really dig it. So give us a follow, hang out, tell your friends, drag them in here kicking and screaming, and let's D&D, shall we?
I agree.
You all ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we are in Area 7.
Oh,
probably doesn't mean a lot to you.
Good old Area 7.
Good old Area 7. Yeah, if you recall, you're at the end of about a 40-foot corridor in a little bit of a kind of a triangular chamber. And there's a door. The 40 feet goes north from where you are, and there's a door that you had decided to close after clearing the room. This was the room I believe you had dealt with another one of those little gnome wizard people.
Yeah, what we assumed to be Zelagar's bedroom.
Could have been. You just never know. Yeah. So you're in this particular area. You have had a short rest. So any business you would have attended to as a result of the short rest should be all set. And so it's midday by your reckoning, and you're in that spot. Off you go.
Okay. Well, we explored. If I remember correctly, we explored just about everything in this.
We did all the south, I think. We've been all through the south.
Yeah, so we'll go out the door back to the north.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that door will open into the chamber where you encountered. I believe that's. Let me check my stuff here. Yeah, you encountered one of the gnomes in there, right? You found 2 of those little wizard guys now, and this was positioned in the center of this long hall. It's 20 feet going south to north from the doorway to the far wall, the north wall, and it is about 90 feet west to east.
Yeah,
your door opens in the south wall about 10 feet away from the west wall.
Yeah, so we'll go back out that door, and we came in through that door. I believe from the eastern direction.
There's a door almost across from you in the northern wall, and that's the door you entered into this room from.
Yep. Yeah, and so we'll go out that door. Unless there's another door out north.
There's a door to the north, almost across from you. If you go to the right, which is east, and behind you there's a door. You've already been through that, and you've already been through the other door. So this whole little area right here is clear. One of the things this party has done very wisely, for those of you that might be new to the game, is they've been marking all the doors. So they'll put an X or whatever your insignia is, but they'll just gash one of the heavy wooden doors, so that you can at least tell whether or not you've been through this particular door.
Mhm.
So the door to the north, you can go left, which is west. You can go right, which is east, and you can go around behind you, which would take you to the south.
Yep. So we came from the east from this hallway because I remember coming in through the door, that door. So we'll go west, I think.
Okay, so if you turn left, you can immediately go south, which is another left, or you can continue west.
I look at everyone. What do you think?
We'll go west till we can turn north.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds
Okay.
good.
Are you torching once again?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
very good. So in your torchlight, as you exit the door, again, all the walls are pretty nicely hewn stone. Not fancy, but nice, very utilitarian, as you well have become accustomed to. You head 10 feet, there's the passageway going south. 20 feet, at 30 feet, there's a passageway on your right that goes straight north. And if you kind of hold a torch down there, after about 40 feet, it's inky blackness. So it looks to go on for a little ways.
North.
Away we go.
All right.
To the north.
Okay. Can I have a marching order?
What did we sort of established?
Letherius is always in the back with old Bill.
Yeah, I've had Harlow, Pavel, Flint, Lethyrus, and Old Bill. And for those of you that might be new, Old Bill is the mule that you've brought actually from High Meadow Manor. Old Bill has weathered the trip so far.
He's a good and loyal companion, and I will protect him with my life.
Very nice.
I'll keep up at the front with Sonia on my shoulder, and every once in a while I'll just send her up forward and send her back and keep an eye on things.
Good.
Try to be as quiet as possible.
Pavel, will you go behind Harlow again then?
Yeah.
Flint, I presume you'll take up the middle?
Yes, sir.
Very nice. And Lethyrus, or Farmer
just-
Minotaur. And then OB. Okay, so you turn to the right, you head north. And again, the air is it's musty, it's dusty. You can see from the the passageway you turned from, that you can see you had already been down there and continued on to the west. You had disturbed the dust, and you can see a few hoof prints of Old Bill, so you know you'd already been to the west. This passageway is one that you have not ventured down. Okay? And so it goes 10, 20, 30. After about 30 feet, you can tell up ahead some ways that there's a passageway to the right, and it also continues to the north. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. At 60 feet, you come to the passageway that you can take that goes due east or to the right. If you hold your torch and look down there, beyond about 40 feet, very dark. The passageway you're in continues north. It looks like there might be something of an opening on the left, maybe about 40 feet down. Tough to tell because that's about where your torchlight starts to get pretty dark.
I'm going to send Sonia down to see what's past our torchlight.
Okay. Yeah, so she scouts down there and goes about 40 feet. The passageway continues. It also goes left, which is west. And about 20 more feet, there's a passageway to the east.
Okay, since we know it's safe now, we'll kind of boot it down to that point.
Okay, so you're
I'm assuming you guys are
at an intersection. There's a passageway going to the west, which is left. You're facing north. After 20 more feet, you could turn right, or you could go 30 feet, and the passageway turns left.
Let's turn left.
Yeah, I was just gonna eeny, meeny, miny, moe it, but yeah, left.
We turn left? Okay.
Yeah.
So you can see down the left passageway to the west now that it's dark again after about 40 feet. So as you progress 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 feet, you can see about 30 feet ahead, the passageway turns to the right and takes you back north again. Do you wish to do that? Make that turn?
Yeah, I think so.
Sure.
Okay. So you turn right and you go 20 feet, and the passageway turns right again. At about 40 feet past that right turn, there's a door on the south wall of this passageway on your right, and the passageway continues and appears to dead end maybe 30 more feet.
All right, let's go investigate that door.
Mhm.
Okay. So you come to the door. It's another one of those heavy wooden thick doors, and it is closed.
Is it
I'm gonna see if I can hear anything on the other side.
Okay, give me a perception roll. And oh, by the way, we roll real dice here.
Real dice. And I rolled a 12 plus 2, 14.
Okay, so you kind of stick your head to the door, you smell the rough-hewn wood, and you hear nothing
Okay.
other than
Well.
the sounds of silence.
In that case, mark it.
Okay.
Carefully open it.
Okay, so you open the door and you're looking into a room that's actually only about 10 feet across, and if you kind of thrust your torch in there, the entire length of the room is 70 feet, and you're in the middle 10 feet. So the door enters right into the center of that northern wall, and it's 30 feet in one direction and 30 feet, in the other. So, and then the 10 feet in the center makes it 70 feet. Looks like there's mostly like tools, buckets, implements, things of that nature from what you can see before entering.
I'll walk in. Looks like it might have been a workroom, perhaps.
Cool.
Okay.
I'll follow
Yeah,
him
there's a-
behind.
There's a couple benches and some shelves, and it looks like very dusty. There's tools, picks, spikes, some chain, things of that nature. It looks like some kind of a tool storage, possibly.
Okay.
Different hammers, and there's chisels, shovels, mallets. There's crosscut, those like big two-person crosscut saws, some hack saws. It looks like maybe some masonry tools, cobbler's tools. There's a barrel of arrows that don't yet have their fletching.
Okay.
All sorts of things like that. Big long wooden bench, some copper wire.
Are there any other doors out of this?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay. Well, we could give it a once over and then get back to moving around, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Right.
I say we give it a once over too, because ever since that ghost cat,
I
don't
still
know.
want to find that ghost cat, by the way. I would like to keep that.
So do I, Pavel.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look around.
Okay. Once again, there's a couple of empty barrels, shovels, chisels, mining picks. A lot of this stuff is a little bit rusty. You might see some rot here and there from like dry rot from some of the wood. There's again a coil of rope. Looks like you'd guess maybe like a typical 50-foot coil of rope. There's a big coil of heavy chain. Looks like a bunch. Some very thin, slender copper wire.
Well, I guess we can keep this in mind in case we need any rope or chain. But I don't want to just burden old Bill with any more than we need. So
How much?
I'll just burn myself with the rope and the coil.
I was gonna say, how much of that copper wire is there?
If you spend a little time investigating it, hit me with what are you going to do? Tell me exactly what you're going to do with that copper wire.
I was gonna wrap it up into sort of a bundle and take it.
Okay. It looks like there's probably 15, 20 feet of it.
All right, I'm taking all of it.
Yeah. Okay. And it's pretty light gauge. It's not big round cable, so
Awesome.
it doesn't take a ton to kind of wrap that up and maybe stow it with the gear on the mule.
Perfect.
Lethiris, what were you saying you're going to do?
I was going to take the copper, but since Flint has that, I will just take the rope.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like a coil of 50 feet of light rope. It's in okay shape. Maybe it was a hempen rope. It's you would think sitting in here for goodness knows how long it would kind of go to heck. So you can tell it was a fine really solid bit of rope to begin with.
All right, back
Some
out into the
really
hallway.
long iron bars. There's a vise. It just looks like it's probably kind of the storeroom for the tools that are used to maintain
Yeah.
the facility.
Back out into the hallway, I guess.
Okay, so when you exit that door, it faces north, and you're back out into the 10-foot hallway.
Yep.
There's about 30 feet that go to a wall to the right, which is to the east, and then you go back the way you came about 40 feet and have to turn left and go back south.
Yeah. Let's check out the 30 feet to the right.
Okay.
To the east, just to see.
All right, the whole group going there?
Sure.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. All right, so you guys take a right, go in about 30 feet, and you hear a loud slam as a huge iron portcullis drops from the ceiling in the hallway
Shit.
behind you.
Shit.
Oh,
Lethyrus, lift it up.
I do that. I lift it up.
Okay.
I run over.
Roll me a. It's like 12 vertical bars, and then it's got some cross members, and it's iron. It's rusty and kind of funky.
Yeah, I'm gonna run and try to
Hit me with
help
a
him lift.
strength check.
I'm gonna help.
Okay.
Just regular old strength.
Strength with whatever bonuses and.
I rolled a 19.
Okay.
17.
I haven't gone to sleep. I'm looking at something.
I thought you froze.
I
Yeah,
thought I froze.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
the intense concentration.
Okay, so you guys strain and strain and strain, and you can feel it want to move, but it's just not enough horsepower or Minotaur power. My apologies, Lethyrus.
Can I come over and try and help?
I'll help as well.
All right,
This'll go
everyone-
well.
It's 10 feet
everyone.
wide, and there's cross members, so you could literally.
Everyone on 3. 1,
Yeah, yeah,
2,
yeah.
3.
Dirty 20.
Nat 20.
14.
Oh, I
I'm gonna
got a
hit a
bad
nat
one on
20.
that one, y'all.
Do you have any strength bonus, Pavel?
Yeah, a +1. So 21.
And you got a dirty 20, Flint?
Yeah.
Okay, what did you roll, Lethyrus?
I rolled a 1.
So as you're doing this, right? You're all like, "Argh!" 1, 2, 3, 4. Pavel, you feel a hoof step on the top of your foot as the Minotaur tries to, really brace himself, and he stomps down on your foot. And you're going to take a point of damage from that because that doesn't feel really good.
I'm
But
sorry.
you managed to move the portcullis up about a foot, and then it kind of grinds. It's like the mechanism isn't awesome anymore, but you got it lifted, but you still got about a foot, or you only got about a foot clearance off the floor. And it's the bottom of it is flat, so when it just seals to the floor. There's no spikes or anything. So it's what you have is that bottom cross member is about 12 inches off the floor, and it's kind of bound up again now.
Harlow, do you think you can crawl under?
Only a foot?
I'll try.
Are
And
you
she'll-
are you
Can you make
12
it with your
inches
horns?
thick?
I can smush.
Do we have like a contortion check?
No. She'll
A sleight
take
of
off the
body.
bulk. She'll take off her bulky items, put her sword probably through ahead of her,
Okay.
and just kind of hit the floor and just kind of like shimmy as much as she can through. I'm hoping somebody's holding on to it in case that thing falls. So
Yeah, I mean,
Can you-
I'm,
Yeah.
Can you
So
hit me with
she's
your height and
attempting.
weight, Harlow?
where's my description? She's average, so she's like 5'5", and I have no idea what average weight is.
Probably what, about 120?
Sure.
Man, I think at 5'5", you're pretty slim.
Hmm.
So give me a, let's see, we don't have a wriggle check. We don't have like a slinking check.
A dexterity?
Acrobatics.
Just kind of like wiggling myself through there.
Yeah, give me an acrobatics check. That's part of acrobatics is doing that, right? I've decided it is.
Oh no! What? Hey,
4.
Oh wait, no, you would have had.
I get a hip bone or something. Cost.
Yeah, you get snagged a little bit. Now you're not stuck, but you're not able to get through that thing.
We do have one advantage roll from Corey.
Okay.
I didn't call it first though.
Yeah, I know. Just for future reference.
Can I like use one of my feet to sort of nudge her through, just like push her while I'm still holding up the grate?
That's gonna hurt.
I'm really sucking it in. It's trying to wiggling. So yeah, try it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Would you guys want to make another swing at lifting this thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
All right. Magical dice, don't fail me now. Oh, 21.
17.
Come on, Lathyrus.
Don't step on me.
6.
I love your honesty, Minotaur.
What's wrong with this dice?
Love it.
Throw it.
So
Bad
you
dice.
get it's like, God, I can tell it wants to move. It's like the stupid mechanism. It's like you're moving it, like this much and it's up against something. It's like you're not able to quite get whatever mechanism is in the doohickey. You know what I mean? You can't quite get it to go up. You maybe got it another inch or two.
Is it enough for me to wiggle through?
Try again.
Please, please.
Yeah, you're still struggling.
Only one better.
Whatever you
Wrong.
must have had for breakfast or lunch was too much.
We're all rolling real hot.
All right. You know what? Remembering back to that log toss in episode 1.
Yes.
I'm not a log.
I'm gonna rage. And
Advantage on strength checks. Yep.
Yeah. And I'm gonna lift with like all of my might.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a natural 20.
Well, what bonuses do you get with that?
+4, so 24.
Okay.
Can
So
I
you-
use my action surge to like get advantage on my strength check?
That's really a second lift, but you see Flint just grimace, and she looks at you guys with this look that she gets sometimes when she's about to hack the shit out of something, right? And
Yep.
you can see like a couple veins, and she just throws this thing up, and it goes to the ceiling.
Oh.
I pat her on the shoulder.
I wiggle out of the way as quickly as hold.
Okay. Yeah. So Harlow, you get out from under it.
Yeah.
What are the rest of you doing?
Yeah, I move back to the other side.
Yeah.
But before I do, I grab Harlow's stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Can
So
we
just
jam
pick
that
this up
somehow?
now?
It stays up there. It goes back up into the ceiling.
Okay,
Okay.
I wanna like very carefully like look at the floor to see if I can spot if it was like a flagstone or what sort of mechanism tripped that.
Sure.
I'm checking the walls.
It looks
I
like the
want to-
stone floor. Hit me with an investigation, anybody that's doing this.
Okay. While they do that, I want to pick Flint up, kind of like Simba style, and just be like, "Whoa, way to go, buddy!"
Put me down.
I put you down.
I rolled an 11.
Okay. Anybody else investigating?
I rolled a 4. I'm just like completely impressed by Flint right now. Just like,
So basically looking at things, and obviously you're not sure, like, okay, how far should I go to look? I don't want to end up on the
Yeah.
other side of it again. You don't really see any obvious things. It looks to you like a stone walls, and you got your torch, and
You said
Really?
there was some metal poles in that room, right?
there was a pile of iron bars. Yeah. about 8
How
feet
long were those bars? 8 feet? I'm gonna go run and grab one, and then I'm just gonna sort of jab it. I'm gonna stand on the safe side, and I'm gonna sort of jab the floor a couple times.
Okay. Yeah, nothing. I mean, it's iron on stone, clang, clang, clang. Feels very solid. And when you were standing on it, it felt very solid.
Weird.
For investigation, I rolled an 18, so I don't know if I spot anything unusual.
Your guess based on what you're seeing and from how far away you are, your assumption is there's some kind of a counterweight mechanism, might be like a pressure plate in the floor that tripped it. That once there was enough weight at the right spot on the floor, probably released, and it's a counterweight, type of thing.
All right.
Like the portcullis is heavier than the counterweights. So your sense is there's probably a mechanism somewhere that you would use to lift the portcullis and kind of reset it. And then it's probably set off by either a tripwire or a pressure plate, and nobody felt any wires, nobody tripped, nobody even felt anything tugging at their feet. So your guess with that kind of an investigation and your stoniness, your surroundings, you're thinking, well, they had to have had some kind of a pressure plate / counterweight mechanism.
All right. Well,
It's not good that way.
Yeah.
And I'm going to award Flint an inspiration for thinking to rage in that case, because you guys were kind of toast at that point. If you didn't, when I first read this part of the module, I was like, yeah, that could be bad.
Skadoosh.
So yeah, you earned an inspiration for that. Clever.
Nice.
Yeah, the funny thing about Lethyrus, he's a barbarian, but he's not an angry kind of guy.
Right.
Flint's got some issues.
Yeah.
Flint doesn't have far to go to rage.
No, Flint issues.
Nice. All right,
Flint's the
so
rage
you're in the hallway. The portcullis fell 5 feet to the right of the door. Like that 10-foot square that aligns with the door. That portcullis is just right there.
Okay. But that's a dead end, right? In that direction.
Appeared to be a dead end. Yes.
Appears to be a dead end.
Appears? I'm gonna go check that wall.
I know. That was my thought.
You gonna go down there again?
If you go there, move slowly, and if the thing drops, stop immediately.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep to the side, right next to the wall, and just kind of scoot down.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go do our usual check in the door. Just have us, listen, all that stuff.
Yeah. So you have a 30-foot passageway, all hewn stone to a wall, to a stone wall.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to stay to one side. Do you care, north side, south side?
I'll stay on the north side.
Okay. So you slink down the wall, and you see her, back against the wall, and she's looking over at you guys, kind of almost holding her breath. Where are the rest of you?
I'm standing just on the safe side of the portcullis.
Okay.
Same.
I'm over there too. I kind of want to go with her, but I'm not
how
the most
tall is the
graceful.
ceiling?
Okay. So Harlow makes her way 10 feet, 20 feet. When you get both feet inside the last 10-foot square down by the wall, boom, down comes the portcullis again.
The same one or new one?
Same one. Son of a gun is loud. So even though y'all are standing there, it's like watching the toaster. It's coming up.
All right.
Still scares you.
Check out the wall. Remember exactly where you're standing, okay?
Yep, I'll reach down with my my marking dagger and mark exactly
Floor.
where my feet are.
Okay. Yeah, as soon as you got both feet into that last 10 feet of the passageway in front of the wall, that portcullis came straight down. Scared the crap out of everybody.
All right.
Because it's loud. You picture that iron slamming on stone.
Yeah.
And that thing ain't light.
All right. Just give it a couple of minutes, guys, and I'll go around the walls, just checking, feeling everything, feeling for drafts, basically just really trying to give, while I'm at it, as good of a chance as possible.
Yeah, hit me with whichever's better for you, perception or investigation. I'll let you at least take the one that's going to maybe bear more fruit.
16.
Okay. So you check, you're running your fingers through any little cracks and fissures, looking close, maybe blowing dust and stuff. And it's like a stone wall.
Okay.
It's the same, hewn stone. It's the same level of work. Stone wall.
All right, so all 3 sides are the same thing?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll walk up to Gage and say, get me out of here now.
All right, go stand exactly where you were.
All right, I'll scoot down there and stand on the same spot.
Okay.
Maybe that'll make it easier to lift up.
Okay.
Lethyrus, Flint, give it a lift, and then I'm gonna try to get it off the ground, and I'm gonna use the bar to help.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so you're going to try to lift this thing again.
Yep. And I rolled a 21.
21.
19.
Okay. So you guys all... Still there. Oh, that sucker's heavy.
No movement at all.
Just, you can feel it give just a smidge. But it's an old rusty heavy duty mechanism.
I'm an idiot. Never mind, guys. Leave it there. It's fine. I'm going to cast Misty Step. I forgot I had that.
So describe for us, Harlow, what's that effect like when you do that?
I'm going to be quiet and concentrate for a minute, and Sonia's going to croak, and I just turn into black mist. And I travel along the floor, flow through the grate around your feet up till I'm behind you, and then I'll coalesce again.
That was very cold.
It's like my heart.
Oh.
Harlow's
That was
just really
cool.
happy because it worked.
That was cool. I'm gonna throw you an inspiration for that use of your
Woo.
Misty Step. Very good.
Well, I think we should stop playing around with this gate then.
Yeah, probably.
That's awesome.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I have that thing.
So what would you like to do?
Get out of here.
Yeah, let's go back to the
To the west.
Yeah.
You pass the door on your left that goes into that narrow, long chamber where all the tools were. And you go about 40 feet. It turns left and heads south for about 20 feet and turns left again and heads east. And you go about 80 feet back to the passageway, and it tees. Left is north, right is south. You came from the south.
Yeah. Let's go north.
So you turn left, you go 20 feet, and there's a passageway to the right that goes at a 45-degree angle. And this also continues 10 more feet to the north and turns left.
All right. Let's continue.
Which way?
Wait, what? I thought you said there's
a passageway to the right.
Yeah.
And that actually goes off at a 45 to the northeast.
Yep.
Or you can go 10 more feet and turn due west.
Oh, I thought you said the 45-degree angle turns left.
Northeast?
Yeah, we haven't done anything diagonal yet.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go diagonal.
Okay. So we're going to go diagonal. So it's about 15 feet wide. And you go 20 feet and it turns due east for about 15 feet. And then goes 45 degrees to the southeast. About 10 or 15 feet. Then it goes 10 feet and turns northeast for about 15, 20 feet. And then it goes due east. And then it goes southeast for about 15 feet. And then it turns left and goes due east for about 10 feet. And then it goes left 45 degrees and goes northeast for about 15 feet. And keep going.
I assume
Turns back due east and goes 10 feet. Turns right and goes back southeast for about 15 feet. Turns left and goes due east for about 10 feet.
how many
Turns
iterations
left again.
of this are there?
What's that?
Just how many iterations until something different happens?
You're in the last one.
Okay.
As you head northeast, it turns right to the east, turns right again to the southeast, and you can see the passageway turns right again to the south after about 15 feet. Right before it turns right to the south, there's a door in the east wall.
Okay. I'm going to turn to Flint and I go, that must have been your favorite passage ever because it wasn't straight.
I don't get it.
Sorry, it's because you're a lady and you like the bard lady. It's a... Sorry.
So, is it a bard thing?
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Is that not normal? For
Ha ha
women?
ha ha ha.
Nice.
I don't know. I don't really understand either, Lathyrus.
You have a door on your left, on the east wall. You're facing due south. Your torchlight gives you about 40 feet, and it looks like there's another door on the on the left, and then the passageway continues southward.
Let's check the doorway on the south, or on the
east.
On the east.
Okay, very good. Okay, so you're at the door. It's another, typical heavy wooden door.
Much as we have come to expect.
It is not marked.
We mark it.
Never seen this door. Okay. Would you like to open it?
Yeah, mark and open.
Okay, so you mark the door, you swing the door open. The room goes about 40 feet to the east, and you get kind of 45-degree diagonal walls that take the room from 10 feet wide where the doorway is to 30 feet wide, and then it goes 30 more feet. So it's a total of 40 feet deep, and it's kind of a square with that little 45-degree to the doorway. Okay. So you open this room. It's basically a 30 by 30 foot room. There's a little wooden bed, a small table. There's a chair in there, and there's about a 12-foot long by 8-foot wide red plush carpet right in the center of the room.
Nobody step on that carpet.
Yeah.
Poke it first.
I still have that 8-foot pole. I'll step into the room and from as far as I can away, sort of flip the carpet back.
Okay. Everybody give me perception. As you walk into the room, look around.
16.
18.
23.
16, 23.
15.
Okay. Looks like at the far end of the carpet, each of you notice like the corner of the carpet's kind of rolled up a little bit, and there's a wooden trap door right at that corner. So about, what did I say, 12 feet long?
Yeah.
At the far end of that carpet, you can see on the floor where the carpet's kind of flipped up, and you can see part of a wooden trap door.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just full push the carpet off to the side with the pole.
Okay. So as you do that, you kind of hook it with the iron bar, the 8-foot iron bar. Is that what you're using?
Yep.
So the carpet somehow kind of like comes to life, and it tries to wrap itself around the bar, but because of the thinness of the bar and the plush, weirdness of carpetiness of the carpet, it can't really get wrapped around the bar, but it's like flopping around, and it's like the strangest thing you've ever seen.
I scream.
I'm gonna sort of like try to pin it there, look back, and I go, attack it, attack it, attack it.
Okay. I pull
Hit me
out.
with a strength check, Pavel.
17.
Okay, so you're successful. You can tell it's, really trying to move, but you're able to kind of pin it. But, it's a flat carpet, and it's moving around, and you're not sure how long you're going to be able to hold that for.
Hopefully, at least for everyone to get in a round of attacks.
Let's roll initiative.
I have a 20.
Nope, you're going away. You're being put away. Bad dice.
Thanks, Jill.
Nice jail.
I need to buy one of those. I need to get Shannon to make me one, actually.
I can do them in all sorts of fun colors.
I plan to, actually. I was going to get more the potion bottles the other day.
Oh.
Made to order some.
I rolled a 25.
Okay. Harlow?
14.
I rolled a 10.
Great.
Okay. So what we have here is Pavel has pinned down this big 12-foot rug that all of a sudden tried to attack his pole when he moved it. And he's pinned it down for the time being. And that's kind of what you're doing right now. Okay. We'll say that you kind of surprised the rug and were able to pin it down. Flint, you are up.
Let's see. What am I going to do?
And it's laying on, it's the strangest thing you've ever seen. And you just heard a Minotaur scream. Also a strange thing.
All right, I'm going to, as a bonus action, cast Hunter's Mark, say some stuff in Primordial, and then take a shot at it with my bow.
Okay.
That's going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
Okay.
And let's see that. 1d8 plus 1d6 of damage now. Let's see. So that's... math is hard, you guys.
It is, isn't it? It's painful, especially this time of night.
That's going to be 10 damage.
Okay.
And that's all I can do.
Okay, so you stick an arrow, the carpet's kind of folded up a little bit around and so you just see Flint kind of go through her motions of Hunter's Mark. You hear her utter something in this guttural, primordial, very almost earthy sort of sounds, right? Just, boom, fires an arrow into this thing and, and it reacts like you've hurt the carpet somehow. Strangest thing you've ever seen. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's all I got.
Okay. Lethyrus.
I pull out Sunder, the mighty battle axe, and I swing it up and bring it down hard at the dirty 20.
Now we're rolling.
And then, let's see.
We can fight a carpet, but not a gate.
13 damage.
Hey, I fought that gate pretty damn well, thanks.
Okay. So 13 damage. So you see Lethyrus raise Sunder over his head and bring it down with a mighty swing. And, when you bring it down, it cuts through a bunch of that carpet. So you've put a big slice through it, and it reacts like it's been hurt. That sort of a thing. But it's still trying to wrap itself and get away from that damn post. Anything else pipe? Anything else you want to do with your turn, Lethyrus?
Don't think I can actually do anything. So, I guess not.
Okay. Pavel, you are currently at the start of your turn holding down a carpet with the 8-foot iron pipe. Or bar, I guess. It's a solid bar, not a pipe.
Yeah. That trap door, is there like an iron ring or anything?
Yeah, when you pulled that away, you notice there's like a ring, that you would think would be there to lift the trap door.
Can I try to push the carpet in that direction and try to slide the pole with the carpet wrapped around it through the ring?
So let's do this. Let's roll a d20 to see how you do with keeping the carpet down, because it's a contested strength check.
Yeah.
Kind of treating it a little bit like grappling.
I'm going to take advantage on this.
Okay.
Just because I really want it to work. Okay. 17.
Okay. So you see Pavel, right? And he's got this iron bar and he's trying to move the carpet in the direction of the trapdoor. And as you do it, the carpet is trying to go sideways and get out from under it, and it slides out from under your bar. Give me a dex check, because he's partially wrapped around it. Give me a dex check at disadvantage to hold on to the bar, because you're pushing so hard and so focused on moving that thing.
2.
So,
which, I mean, It is. That does make it 6, but
Okay. So as this rug slides out, it pulls the bar with it, and it clangs to the floor with a loud clang. And so that's your action. You can move and bonus action.
Yeah, I'm going to use, what is it, half my move speed to get up?
Well, you're not down, just your bar is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
then
just
I'm gonna...
pulled it right out of your hands. Yeah, it rolled a 22.
Okay.
So it bested you on the contested strength.
Damn, even rugs are stronger than me. Yeah, I'm gonna move away.
Okay.
And ready my bow for my next round.
Okay. Okay, so I have 3 of you in the room, kind of just around, facing the rug. Harlow, it is your turn.
I'm going to go over and go stabby stab.
Okay.
That's the bad one. That's getting there. That is a... That's only 8. Shit. Yeah. So, no, I miss.
You miss. Okay, anything else you'd like to do?
Swear.
Okay. You may swear. Any particular language you would like to utter your grievance in?
Infernal.
Infernal. Very
You
good.
should know, I'm going to swear in Celestial.
Nice.
Oh, that's probably a bad idea.
All right, so here's what we're doing. Harlow, you see her do her thing and miss. And so the rug is moving. And it's, since Harlow was the last one to try to attack it, it's going to try to grapple you and smother you. And does 22 hit your armor class?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you are grappled. And if memory corrects, you get a chance to escape that grapple when it happens. Is that right? Or do you have to wait till your next turn?
I don't know.
I can look really quickly. Since I'm the DM,
Yeah,
I will look it
I
up.
don't know.
I haven't had to grapple yet. Should have had that kind of figured out.
Steve says you roll immediately.
Okay, that's what I thought. Whenever you have one of those DC things, go ahead and roll me a DC. You're trying for a 13.
19.
Okay, so you see the rug wrap around Harlow's waist and try to start coming up, almost like a snake, if you will. And then she just kind of throws it free into the ground. So you manage to escape the grapple. And we are back to the top of the next round. So Flint, all 4 of you are just in this room. You're about 10 feet into where it widens out to 30 feet, and you have before you some kind of a 12-foot by 8-foot giant attacking rug.
All right, I'm going to take another shot at it with my bow. Let's see, that's going to be a 21 to hit. Nice.
21 is a hit. Do your thing.
All right, and then so that's 11 points of damage.
Okay. So describe to me how you end the life of this bizarre construct.
I'm just really confused mostly. I'm like, are rugs supposed to do this? And then I just aim for dead center, and my arrow just passes through like a hot knife through butter. And it goes limp.
So you see Flint fire, and it actually, the force of the blow pushes the rug, and it actually sticks it to the trapdoor with her arrow. It was a mighty, and it is still.
Kick at it a little bit.
I kick it too. I was gonna say.
Still.
It's just all everyone
it
kicks
continues to be still.
Yay, we killed a rug?
That was interesting.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that.
I know
Stare
that.
at it for a minute.
Well, this Zeligar was supposed to be a very powerful wizard, so it doesn't surprise me that he could animate something as mundane as a carpet.
Yeah, I
Stare
guess.
at it for a second, and then I'm gonna cut off a little piece and put it in my pocket.
Okay. What else would you like to do?
I'm going to take a look around the room. Was there anything? So
Okay.
there was like a bed.
Yeah, there's a small wooden bed, a small table, and a chair. The chair and the table are together in the bed.
Anything on the table?
No, no, very very Spartan room, unadorned otherwise. Just the rough-hewn stone again, the trapdoor in the floor,
All right.
with a dead rug tacked
gonna-
to it with an arrow.
I'm gonna put an X on the trap door and open it.
Okay. Roll me a strength check, please.
Oh, okay. That's gonna be a nat 20.
Okay.
Oh,
So you see Pavel bend down in both hands and make a mighty heave and lift the trapdoor. And beneath the trapdoor is stone floor.
Well,
Poke it.
yeah. Poke at it.
With your iron bar? Sure.
Yeah.
Tang, tang, tang with the bar. Kind of echoes.
That's unusual.
Maybe it was a trap for people like us. Check the walls. Maybe there's a switch or something.
Yeah. Look around.
I'm gonna check specifically under the bed that you mentioned was in this room.
Okay. Yeah, so as Flint bends down to look under the bed, give me a perception or investigation. Whichever one
Alright.
you prefer is fine with me.
18.
Stone floor. Doesn't appear to be anything down there. You might even feel for seams or anything, for a door or whatever, but stone floor.
Why is there never anything under the bed? There's always something under the bed in stories.
I'm not wrong.
While that's happening, I'm checking the walls and whatnot.
Okay. Roll me investigation or perception.
That's gonna be. That's gonna be a 16.
Okay. So you're looking for what exactly?
Like buttons, switches, like something that I could push in.
Anything out of the ordinary, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you don't seem to find anything. Again, just rough hewn. That's it.
I don't like this place.
Me either.
It hurts my brain.
Very dusty in here. Attacking the rug or fighting with the rug definitely kicked up some dust.
Next room, I guess.
Yeah. Is there anywhere in the room that, besides like the scuffled bits, where there isn't dust?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll leave this room and go to the other door you had mentioned.
Okay. So you you exit the room, and to go right and diagonal is the way you came. So you turn left and go due south, and after 40 feet, or at 40 feet, there is a door on the east wall.
Yeah, mark it and open it, I guess.
Okay. So you open this, and it's almost a mirror image of the room itself, same dimensions, except the bed, instead of being on the south wall, is on the north wall. The table and chairs were kind of almost at the end of the rug, just past the trapdoor in the other room. This room, the table and chair are on the south wall, and there is a door directly across from the entry door in the east wall.
Is there a rug?
No rug.
Okay.
Not any rug you can see.
Invisible animated rug.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
I
Yeah.
immediately drop to the floor and check under the bed.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 13.
Okay, very good. So you're looking under the bed. It's dusty, and there doesn't appear to be anything under there.
Animated bed.
Yeah, it's a mimic.
Is there anything on the? You said there was a table as well.
Yes, table and chair, just like the other room.
Anything on there? No.
No.
Okay. I will go and check out the other door in this room then.
Okay. Another door.
Okay. I'll mark it and open it.
Okay. You pull the door open. It's kind of tough to get open, but you manage to do it. And there's a stone wall behind it.
um,
Hit it.
Just like the trap door, right? Like the trap door fit right into the floor, but then when you lifted it, there was floor, stone floor. Same with this door, it was like recessed into the wall like a door would be. Then when you open it, bam, stone wall. Like the door wasn't on the wall, it was in the wall like a door jam. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Open sesame. And I poke.
But so like what you're saying is that the door is closed like a door should be, but then when you open it, it's just a flat wall.
Yeah, like the door was inset into the wall. When you open it, there's more stone wall behind it. So if the door was this thick, that's the depth of the cavity.
Oh,
that the door
okay.
was in. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm
And then
gonna
the same
try
with the trap
something
door.
kind of stupid.
Nice.
I'm gonna close the door, and I'm gonna knock a couple times,
Okay.
and
you
then
hear a knocking sound,
I'm gonna open it again.
and you see the stone wall.
I thought perhaps being polite was some sort of magical lesson we were supposed to learn here.
Just because please is the magic word doesn't mean it's actually magic.
Is there a keyhole on this door?
Doesn't appear to be.
I knock
That's right,
on
you
the
guys have-
stone wall inside.
You
the
guys
door.
have keys, don't you?
Well,
Hmm,
Flint has a key.
so many keys, y'all.
I'm confused.
So I knock on the stones inside the door. The wall door.
It's like wall, just like the walls, solid.
Alright. Pardon my language, y'all, but this is some bullshit.
I agree.
I guess we should head back.
I guess.
Were there any other? Is there anything else down in this direction that we didn't go to?
You're still in a passageway that you haven't fully explored. It continues south, and again, at the edge of your torchlight, it appears there's another door on the east wall.
I guess let's head to that
Same
door.
side of the wall as the doors you've been opening.
In we go.
So you go 40 feet down to that door,
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
another wooden door.
Mark and open. Carefully.
Okay. You mark it and you open it, and the smell that comes out of this room is nasty. Like animal BO pungent smell.
I close it and I look at the others and I'm like,
And actually, Harlow's in front, so Harlow's going to
Oh.
see this. As you open the door, you see in there, again, it looks to be a room of the same size and shape. But in this room, you see a rather large, kind of lizardy, reddish, rust-colored, dragony creature like you've been fighting earlier. But he's got a beautiful shield, and he also happens to have with him a longsword. And he's seated on a great wooden chair, and around him are three other of these creatures. All of them look fairly buff, fairly tough. They all have spears, and they're all conversing. And as you open the door, they turn and see you, and it is time to roll initiative because they are barking in some guttural, reptilian, croaky language.
Oh, hell.
22.
That's
18.
actually good. Dirty 20. Yeah, dirty 20. Yes. Rolled good for once.
10.
Okay, so Pavel's 22. Lathyrus is 18. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Harlow's dirty 20.
And we have another
10.
advantage from Carapace. Thank you, Carapace.
Oh, thank you, Carapace.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
You so nice.
Let's see. Here we go. So let me get my guys. I'm going to roll them individually. Golly, my initiative rolls. Ooh. Lathyrus, roll me a D8, please.
Ooh, 3.
All right, so initiative has been established. So you pull this door open, Harlow, and you see this before you. You see what appears to be kind of a leader of these, whatever the hell they are. Same creatures you've been fighting off and on, not gnomes, but I think you guys have already identified these as kobolds.
Yeah.
But these guys seem a little tougher, a little badder asserier. And the guy on the wooden chair, kind of a rickety thing, but he's, the way it looks as you walk in, it's a scene like he's in, like holding court almost with these other three. He's got his long sword kind of on its tip beside him right at the chair, and he's, and they all turn around. The three have spears, so they scramble for those. And Pavel, basically what you have is Harlow, Pavel, Flint, Lethiris in marching order, kind of coming through the door. Yep. So, Pavel, your initiative is up first, sir.
So I'm going to sort of over Misery's shoulder or Harlow's shoulder, fire an arrow at the main guy, the big papa, whatever
yep.
he is.
Yep.
And I'm gonna use my my -5 or whatever.
-5 plus 10.
-5 plus 10.
Shooter feet.
So I still have a +4. 17.
Okay. A 17 is good enough to hit. Please roll your damage.
1d8 plus 15. $22 points of damage.
Okay.
Action surge, arcane shot, bursting arrow. So again, aimed right at the big guy. This one is it'll do that sort of forceful explosion 10 feet out in radius.
So is that the one where everybody takes damage if they're within 10 feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Oh, Jesus.
Nice.
So that's going to be 4d6
instead of 2, right?
Yep. $20 points of damage.
Wow. Okay. So describe the scene as you destroy everything in this room, including what appears to be his pet, like a huge fucking weasel. You've never seen a weasel this big. I would say Flint and Pavel have seen weasels. Well, I'd say Lethiris has on the farm. Harlow, you've probably read about weasels. But this is one bad mamma jamma weasel. And
Scott, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to destroy your thing.
Kill my kobolds, man. So describe what happens when you fire this arrow and you waylay all 4 of these kobolds and their pet giant weasel.
Yeah. So
up goes the weasel.
Catching the stench and through the door and the sight over Harlow's shoulder, I immediately draw my bow, pull it back, fire, hit the lead guy right in the chest. And even before the arrow hits, I've already got the other arrow out and I'm focusing the arcane energy through one of my little leather ties, and the arrow starts thundering with magical force, and I fire and it hits, and there's a ripple of force outwards, and it knocks all the things around him off his feet.
Wow.
I imagine he was starting to get up, but the force of the 2 arrows just knocks him back into his chair.
Yeah. The nat 20 is what did it. Right?
Yeah.
Because you did 20 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, the nat 20 is what got us. Yeah, that was sweet. One of the things in this module we're running is it's a levels 1 to 3, I think, is what it's prescribed for. And you guys have, you've advanced to 4th level. And so when I go through here, I buff everything within reason, but I don't want it to be just walk through and.
Oh yeah.
So I tried to stock it well without just making it, a big meat grinder. And I try to buff everything, and I buff the shit out of these guys.
Sorry.
Nice. Yeah.
I look back at the other guys and I go, we're safe.
Yeah. So what happens is, you blow the throne
do I?
over of the leader guy, just blow it against the wall. The throne shatters. The other three dudes off their feet, they're concussed and dead. There's a wooden box under the throne that the force of that, the lid whipped open, and some of the coins you see silver, electrum, copper. Some of it's all blown around. There's a long sword, a very nice looking shield. There's a keg of some kind of something, and there's some very nice looking pewter flagons on the table near the keg.
I like tap Harlow on the shoulder. Are you okay? Sorry, I didn't mean to shoot over you like that. Sort of reflex.
So I don't have any splatter or anything on me, do I?
No, the force of the hit took the chieftain away from you. The three dudes, like one of them, kind of skidded to your feet, but it was concussive. It was force damage, so they didn't even really, make ichor or putty or paste. Just literally killed them with concussive force.
I would think I saw the arrow went like this. So I'm just gonna look back and go.
Yeah, it just went zoom. Terrible. Just went zooming by. So, what y'all gonna do? You have an open room, same exact dimensions as the other two rooms.
Yeah, I'm gonna sort of like cover my face because it smells bad.
Yeah, there's animal hides, and you can tell the smell is coming from the fact that this is the lair of these four dudes, and they don't smell really good.
Yeah.
Well, before you do that, Pavel,
Big on hygiene.
I'm staring agape at the scene you've caused. And then I kind of slowly turn to you and hold up my hand for a high five.
Excited because there's a giant weasel, so we're eating really well tonight.
Oh yeah, weasel soup.
No, I was thinking steak, flip
Or that.
McWeasel.
Filet maybe.
Rotisserie style.
Yeah, the weasel is just concussed. It just blew against the wall, and it crushed its skull. So
I'm
it's
immediately,
perfectly.
I immediately pop out its eyes, and I immediately skin it.
Okay, so y'all
Quickly.
see Flint go to work on her famous taxidermy routine over there. What else are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna go examine the leader.
Is
Okay.
the weasel skull okay?
What's that?
Would the weasel skull be okay, you think?
It's cracked.
It's
Yeah,
cracked.
she skins it. Like if you're over there watching, you can see where it, kind of the back side of it caved in from it hitting the wall. Because it was just sitting right there beside the throne. You couldn't really see it because of the other three the elite kobolds. God, that was cool.
All right, I'll just join Flint in her taxidermy adventure.
Okay, so Flint and Lathyrus are kind of prepping the weasel for consumption.
I'm looking for stuff.
Okay. Where are you looking for stuff there, Harlow?
I'm gonna go to that chest.
Okay.
I'll just look at Pavel's like check the bodies.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Pavel is inspecting the dudes, starting with the leader.
Yep.
Okay, so there's a longsword there. It's a little notched. It wouldn't be what you would consider, from your training and all that, would be like fine weaponry, but it's a serviceable longsword, and it'll put a hole in you if you swing it hard enough.
I'll just sort of toss that to the side.
Okay. There's a shield that's quite nice, well crafted, wood with some metal banding. It's sort of a rectangular shield, no crest or anything, but it's a damn fine shield, like oddly fine. Like,
Yeah.
what would this dude be doing with his shield?
Hey, any of you three have any use for a shield? With a bow, it's sort of awkward.
I mean, I could.
And this
I
is
guess.
real. This is real nice.
I'll take it.
I'm not. Yeah.
All right, I'll hand it to Lathyrus.
Okay.
Strap that to the old back and dive back into the weasel town.
Okay. Lathyrus, as a barbarian, you're probably proficient with shields, aren't you?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure
Cool.
that's a thing.
Yes. I am proficient with shields.
Very good. Okay. The chest. That's all you see on the bodies, by the way. Hal.
Yeah.
They're wearing hides, the usual kobold attire. Harlow, you have a wooden box there. There's a bunch of coins, mostly silver. If you take the time to kind of sift through it, it's 265 silver, 31 electrum, 87 gold, and 4 platinum.
Oh.
By your estimation, you guys are starting to accumulate some bling this little trip.
Yeah.
So between the promise of, what was it, 1,500 crowns? Was that what it was? I don't remember. I got it written down somewhere, but
my notes disappeared along with my map, so I don't know.
I've got it somewhere. So you're thinking, man, if we live through this, right, we're gonna be doing okay. Okay. What else would you like to do? Flint and Lethiris are field dressing the weasel.
Yes, I'm also removing the scent glands.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm also removing the scent glands, and I'm just putting them in a cloth and putting them in my pocket.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly my reaction.
Flint. Roll me. How do I want to? Roll me dexterity.
All right.
As you're skinning and.
That is, if I do math correctly, 23.
Okay. So you deftly take this weasel apart, break it down. You've got legs, you've got ribs, you've got, backstrap. I mean, a long backstrap because it's a weasel. I mean, this thing was probably 5 feet long. Like if it stood up, it would be medium human sized. It was big. You got 4 legs. There's hams, all that's the associated stuff. So you can strip that thing out and there's probably a good 30 pounds of meat there. Obviously, you can feast well tonight if you want to eat it. But with your dexterity roll, you manage to get that hide off of that thing in fairly excellent shape. Like you've got the head, the legs, the tail, all. You didn't butcher that thing as far as the hide goes. So you may, if you can get somebody to tan that thing for you, or if you know how to do it or dry it out, you may have a nice little animal hide there.
Sweet. This will be good for the winter.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, all right. So let's do this. Let's take our break real quick. You guys down for that?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm down for that. I need to get up and stretch for a minute. So, you guys are in area 35A. If that means anything to you, just write that down.
I'm sure you need to go buff some enemies so I don't wipe out another encounter in one shot.
I'm good. That was sweet as hell, man. I loved it. All right, well, let's take our break. I think is that 10 minutes normally? I think that's 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
All right. So see you all in this many minutes. Good work, gang. Whew, nice battle, y'all. Or, well, Pavel. Nice kill. So you got some more treasure. I'm assuming you're going to load that on to old Bill. Good thing he's a strong mule with all this coin you're amassing.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in this room kind of looking through things and all of that. The doorway leads back out into the hall. And the hall was actually 10 feet away from turning to the right, which would be west.
Okay. Let's continue on.
Okay. So you leave the room, head south for 10 feet, then west. And after 10 feet, there's a door on your left in the southern wall. And the passageway goes on beyond your torchlight.
We should listen. See if anything's on the other side.
Harlow, you're in front. Do you want to do the listening, or does someone else want to do the listening? However you want to do it.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I'm not a terribly perceptive person, so I'll just kind of let somebody ahead of me.
All right, yeah. Hit me with a perception, Pavel.
I'll take one too.
That's going to be 14.
Okay.
18 for me.
So you both hear silence.
Okay. I will mark the door.
This is a door you haven't seen yet.
And open it.
Okay. There's a passageway that goes 20 feet and then turns to the right, which is west. Or the whole 20 feet of that passageway is actually open to the left, which would be east. So you kind of enter it's kind of like a 10, 20, let's see, 20 by 30, 20 feet north and south, 30 feet west and east. And there's a passageway out going to the west and a passageway going to the southwest about 20 feet into the room.
Do we go into this room or do we check out the rest of this hallway?
I think we should just start checking out the room.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll head in.
Okay, same marching order?
Yeah, but I assume
Yes, sir.
everyone's being real cautious at this point.
Okay.
As cautious
Yeah,
as I can be.
You enter the room, and Harlow, as you step on the floor opens. And you drop down a shaft a long way. It's a long fall. And so you hear Harlow scream or something. Sonia flutters up off of her shoulder out of reflex, and Harlow vanishes into a pit. It's like the floor just...
Yep.
And Harlow, you land in about waist-deep water, and it is frickin' cold. And you're going to... hang on a second here while I...
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
You're going to take some damage from the fall.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you drop into this water, it's a little ouchy. You're going to sustain 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ugh.
Fall. So you dropped. You would guess you dropped 3-4 floors, and that floor opens 10 feet straight out, or 20 feet straight out and 10 feet wide. So this 10-foot wide, 20-foot long pit just opened up, and Harlow vanished down into it.
All right, so
as the party looks to the east, you realize this is an area you have frequented. Somebody hit me with an intelligence. How about a wisdom check? Everybody give me a wisdom check.
5.
Let's see.
15.
So it's just general wisdom, right?
Yes, please. And with
14.
Okay, so anybody above a 12 realizes you're pretty sure this is the pit that Pavel fell into. And so, Harlow, let me start with you. The party is above you. They can look down and see, but it's 40 feet down, so it's kind of all you know is you heard a scream, a splash, well down there. It's dark down there. Okay? Harlow, you landed in about waist-deep water. It is dark. It's quite dark. Do you have dark vision?
yes.
Okay, so it's shadowy. Okay?
All right.
If you had to guess the size of the chamber in which you find yourself is, by your reckoning, You kind of stand up facing south. It's a caverny chamber, so it's no longer hewn stone or anything. It's probably about 30 feet around, and there's a passageway. Like if you were to continue through that water for about 20, 30 feet, it looks like that passageway goes into a bigger cavern.
Okay, and last time I had Sonia got to fly down and go into that passageway, right?
I think she did get down in there.
Yeah.
One of the things you've noticed about Sonia is she can fly a certain distance. You're guessing somewhere between 90 and 110 feet. Wink, wink.
Yep.
You kind of lose the ability to see out of her eyes. And so you didn't get to see a lot when you sent her down there before because she descended that 40 feet and you could only see about 50, 60 feet of her travel because 40 of it was used up by her going down the shaft.
All right, I'll call her
down.
down.
Standing there, she will flutter down to you and perch upon your shoulder, croak in your ear.
I'll just kind of scratch her underneath her chin.
Okay. She, fluffles and ruffles and does the things she does, croaks a little bit, kind of squeezes your shoulder with her talons.
I'll shut up, say, I'm okay, but I'm going to look around.
Okay.
If you're looking around, I'm coming down there.
No,
you're not.
No.
You need to pull me up.
I'm not
No.
jumping.
No.
Take out that.
Somebody grab him. No.
No.
Stay.
I'm listening to Harlow on this one. No.
Hey, listen,
no.
she can't, she could get hurt down there.
I can get myself out of here.
Talking at a normal level.
It's Harlow.
Mrs. Girl in a Hole. Listen, she could get hurt down there, and I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to have to drag her dead body up the hole.
This whole time that you're arguing with Lethyrus, I already jumped in the hole.
Lethyrus, make a loop in that rope and lower me down.
What, y'all just gonna leave me up here all alone?
No, make a loop in the rope, lower the loop down. Now there's two of them down there.
Fall on me.
You know what? Fine, go ahead.
While they're fussing about Harlow, what are you doing?
I don't know one of them jumped down, so I'm just standing there looking up at the fucking hole. I like to think where I landed, I kind of moved a little bit, but I'm still just looking up the shaft.
Okay. That's fine. Make me a con save.
Me?
Yeah.
Hey, that was... I don't have that concept. Shit. Okay, 11.
Okay. So you are feeling yourself getting cold as F.
Okay.
And it's really kind of to the point where you take another point of damage. It's cold. So you're in your mind's eye, you're thinking, I probably shouldn't spend a lot of time in this water.
Guys, it's getting really cold. I think I need to come up.
The pool you're in is only about 20 feet east and west and maybe 30 feet north to south. You could remain in this chamber and go west and be on dry ground, or you could just walk, your way through the pool and go south and be out of there. Within your movement, within a round, with only having one more exposure, save, and damage, either direction.
I think I'll head over to the closest ground.
Okay, so the closest ground would be west. Actually, you're right in the middle. You could go west or south. About 15 feet away.
I'll go west.
Okay, so you go west. Give me one more con save.
That is a... I keep thinking I need to add something. I don't. It's 12.
Oh, okay. So again, some more. Yep, some more damage. 3. So you're cold as F, and so you're up out of the water now, and that has helped immensely. Thankfully, there's no breeze down here, but you're definitely cold to the bone. You're a little numb. You're a little stiff, and you feel like, boy, I hope I don't have to do anything very tactile or very dexterous or combative right now, because I feel almost disadvantageous at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, when you lower the rope, these are 50-foot coils, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When that rope disappears into the dark, it goes slack, leaving you 9-10 feet. So, simple math will tell you that's probably about a 40-foot shaft to the water.
Flint jumped in. What happened with that?
Oh, Flint, you jumped down. I guess I missed that.
Yeah. No, I said while they were arguing that I jumped into the hole.
Okay, so Harlow, as you're wading out of this pool, kafoosh, right? Big can opener behind you, and something drops into the pool. Flint, 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you
Yes,
hit
sir.
water hard after a 40-foot drop. And you are now smoking cold.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you're like, that what your breathing
So
does,
much.
very shallow and quick.
So much colder than I thought it would be. Oh, jeez.
Over here, over here, over here, over here.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
quickly,
Harlow, you see
straight
Flint
over to-
standing up. Flint, roll me a DC 13 con save.
18.
Okay, so you're cold AF. You're reminded of, those winter bathing sessions you make yourself do once you can't stand the smell of yourself in the woods. That like twice a
worst.
winter where you got to do those just ice cold. Yeah, it's that cold. So you crawl up out of there. You're all wet and stuff. Got your gear. Everything's okay. You're thinking, man, am I glad there was water? Because ouch, that was a long drop. Do you have dark vision?
Nope.
Okay, so it's dark. It's really quite dark.
I'm keep talking to her, trying to get her to follow my voiceover.
Yeah. I listen and follow Harlow's voice if I can to the higher ground.
Okay. Very good. You find her. You get over there. And you've got about a 20 by 20 roughly area. There's a lot of irregularities, cracks, crags in the walls. It's a cavern. It looks like it might have been hacked and picked here and there, but it's not finished like it was in the upper level.
We need to get back up. We need to get back up.
The
it's
floor
cold.
is fairly uneven in places. It's a rough cavern.
You sent Sonia down a little ways. Did anything happen with that?
Yeah, let's follow that up. So Sonia was last on Harlow's shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I sent her down the shaft, down the not shaft, but down the passageway a little bit.
Okay, so as she flies to the south, it opens into a really irregular cavern. It's even just hard to describe, but it's at its widest point, it's probably about 40 feet. It kind of generally, there's an opening that it continues on in that cavern, probably about 50, 60 feet from the edge of the pool. That goes it's in the southwest end of the cavern, but it actually kicks back southeast. So she flutters through that, and it's about 40, 45 feet wide, generally on average, just cavernous. The roof in here seems to be 10-ish, 10, 11 feet wide, 9, 10, again, it's rough. And Sonia vanishes around the corner to the southeast, flies about 20 feet, and she's in an intersection. And to her left is a door. Straight ahead, she can go straight or right into a cavern.
Whatever's left of her movement that I can see, I'll send her straight.
Okay.
And then I'll get her to come back to me.
It goes down a cavern, 10, 15 more feet. The cavern kind of widens and narrows, but it's no less than 10 feet wide at any point, but it's, some jagged and craggy sort of caverny.
Okay.
And then there was that door basically to the east, on the east side of the cavern. Kind of catty corner across from the opening that goes west.
All right, I'll call her back. And when
Okay,
she's
so
back,
she flutters back.
there's a I'm cold. Down the end of this cavern, there's like a hallway and a door, and oh god, I'm cold. We need to get back up. We'll come back to this. We need to get back up. I'm cold.
I sort of just wrap my arms around her and try to keep her warm. I guess.
At this point, I think the rope that we have lowered would be down.
Probably.
All right, I'm gonna tell Harlow. Well, I tell Harlow that You need to go up. I'm gonna go investigate that door you mentioned.
Are we do you go back in the water to get down there, or is it all dry land?
No, you can actually walk south in the section of the cavern you're in, but then you'll have to cut through about 8 or 10 feet of the water, so you'll go waist deep again. But you can, with minimal amount of water, go through there. So pretty quickly, it's like less than a third of your movement, so you're not going to spend a lot of time in that water. You're going to chill yourself again, but I don't think you'll be subject to the saving throw.
You
dark vision.
I light a torch.
I was gonna put Sonia on your head and just listen to her. She'll flex her claws whichever way you need to go.
I mean, I guess we could do that, but I'll be blind if something attacks me.
I mean, not to be that guy, but you did just fall into a whole bunch of water.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't have anything.
Yeah, I'm thinking the torches aren't going to be really awesome at the moment.
All right. Come on, just follow me.
So if you
What
kind
if
of
we
look at some
throw you a
torches on
torch?
that, yeah, they're pretty wet.
All right. Well,
What if
then,
Aetherius or Pavel throws you a torch?
We don't know. We're just waiting for them to come back up. Hey,
If they
guys,
asked us,
come on.
we could throw a torch.
We've lowered you a rope. Please get on, and so we can pull you back up.
let's go check out this door.
Okay, so you're making your way through the water again, very cold, immediate, right? You know how that does to your breathing, shallow and rapid. You go about 8 feet through the water, and you walk southward into a large cavern. And again, it's narrow where you are. As you enter straight into it, it widens out to be maybe 40, 45 feet across. You could walk about 50 feet straight ahead before the passageway narrows and turns to the southeast. So you want to follow along that way?
Before I walk along too far, I'm actually going to send Sonia back up to Pavel and just kind of sit on his shoulder and be calm and just kind of like with her head, not a get down here now sort of ruffle, but kind of just like they're okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So,
look up at Aetherius.
Carlo, are you the one walking with Flint, or how are you doing this? Or is
I'm
walking?
leading Flint.
Okay.
I'm leading Flint.
You've got dark vision. You're leading Flint. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Pavel, you're standing up there, and Sonia flutters up the shaft and appears before you rather casually, if there were a way for a raven to not look frantic, and flutters onto your shoulder and kind of just stands there and begins to preen herself and, groom herself. Seems calm as a cucumber. Do you speak Raven?
I don't think unless the Raven speaks Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, or Elvish. No.
Boy, that would have been handy.
So I have dark vision.
Yeah.
Could I just have seen them down in their little hole just move?
You would look down there, and it's dark, so you're going to see shadows, and you can see their body heat, which maybe doesn't look quite as warm as it ought to, passing. No, you know what? You can't really see where they're going. You can't see once they get out of that water, they're out of your line of sight. Even though it's a 20-foot by 10-foot opening in the floor, all you see is darkness and shades of darkness. There are no real heat sources.
I kind of saw them leave, right?
You couldn't even really tell that because of where they had to exit the pool.
I see.
So, by all reckoning, you assume they're down there.
Okay.
You don't hear any sounds. I will say that you'd probably hear some sloshing and moving about through the water when they make their move through the pool. But it's just the sound of water sloshing.
Okay.
Listen, they have to be alive. I mean, I assume that the crow or raven, would
It pecks you.
would disappear. I sort of pat it. Would disappear if anything happened to Harlow, and we haven't heard any fighting. But they haven't. I mean, we haven't felt any pull on the rope. I think I'm not gonna get off the rope, but I want you to lower me down until I yell stop, and then I'll have you pull me right back up, just so I can see. Just so I can see what's going on.
Oh, you're gonna see it with your tiny human eyes. Okay.
I'm holding a torch.
All right. Sure. Whatever
You
you
also
say.
have dark vision because
No,
of the dragon helm.
I gave that to Harlow.
Oh, well, then I'm putting it on. Jeez.
It takes like an hour.
Damn it.
Yeah, you got to attune.
Yeah.
All right, dude.
So we pull the rope back up. I put my foot into the loop that we had tied, and I sort of wrap my arm around with, my left arm, and I'm holding the torch in the right arm. And I sort of, kick out and fall at least a little bit until Lethyrus catches it.
Okay. I wrap the rope around my upper arm and just slowly let it fall through my hands.
So he's keeping the rope tight at his end, and you're lowering him at your end. He's not sliding down the rope with his hand.
Correct.
And his foot in the loop.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're fixed on the rope, and she's sliding it through. Okay. So what I'd like to have Lethyrus do is give me a strength check. How about athletics?
Even better.
Pavel, I'm going to have you give me an athletics check with advantage.
Okay.
You're not trying to do quite as much.
25.
Okay.
Athletics, you said?
So you begin with advantage. Strength.
Yeah. That's going to be a whopping 14.
Okay. So you feel yourself being lowered down in there. Lethyrus, you're just like kind of thing. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Pavel, you feel your feet reach water.
Stop.
I stop.
Okay. So you're ankle deep hanging there. Okay. You have the torch?
Yep.
Okay. So you see a pool of water that you're currently kind of in the center of, kind of hanging there, turning slowly. You're almost like an old disco ball. Okay. You're in a cavern again, just as I described earlier. Aside from the shaft you're coming down, the ceiling is 10, 12 feet, a little higher over here near the shaft. The pool is about 30 feet north to south and about 20 feet east to west.
Yeah.
There's about a 20 by 30 dry area in the west side.
Yeah, I recognize it.
Yeah, you've been here.
Yeah.
You see wet footprints and water that's been dragged up to the west. And then give me perception.
Dirty 20.
We're not being quiet either. We're talking to each other.
It looks like there might be wet footprints heading from the pool, from the south end of the pool to the middle, or from the middle to the south end of the pool. Because they're less wet than the trail leading out of the pool, you would assume that somebody probably stood there for a few minutes and then squished their way southward and has left the chamber by that passageway to the south.
I'm gonna Harlow, Flint.
Do I hear them?
Give me perception, Harlow and Flint.
Do I have that? 15.
12.
Okay. You hear a voice, Harlow,
Mhm.
which seems kind of odd. You're like, what the hell? Because you guys have moved well into that chamber, and you're actually about to the point where it narrows to 10 feet wide and it's kind of headed southeast.
Mm-hmm.
But you hear a voice, and it sounds like it might be Pavel.
I think it's Pavel. Okay. I'm going to shout down back the same way. Say, we're okay. We just need to look at something. We'll be right back. Hopefully he can make some of it out. Like she's not being quiet.
Okay, hit me with a perception, Pavel.
7.
Okay. You hear a muffled voice. Sounds like it might be Harlow.
Lethyrus, I can't see them, and I think I heard something. God, I don't know. Should I go check?
And Sonia's still on your shoulder, perfectly calm.
Yeah. Sonia has made the ride down.
Yeah, I don't think that's comforting me at all.
I look around.
Hilarious. I don't think that's
If I guess so. I mean, I'm okay up here
All right.
by myself. Looks like so.
Listen, I don't like leaving you alone, but I have to make sure they're not hurt. You know.
I mean, that's fair.
I mean, it's not like you can't take care of yourself at least a little bit.
Well, sure. I'd like
All
to
right.
come with you, but I'm not confident I could get back up.
All right, don't go dying on me before I get back.
Okay, I'll try.
I'm gonna carefully lower myself down into the water and then get out of it, and then like shoot over to the opening as fast as I can. You know, holding the torch aloft so it doesn't.
Okay,
go
to the west side.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you scramble. Make me a con save.
That is a 22.
Okay, you're fine. You're cold. So you're in that west area where that was wet from before, and you're standing there. You have a raven on your shoulder. You have a torch.
I'm gonna sort of hop up and down to get circulation back into my legs, and I'm gonna start running down the passage.
Okay, so you have to go over to that. That opening is actually where the water is. So you're gonna, like they did, you'll have to go through about 8 feet, linear distance through that water, waist deep again. So you're gonna get cold, but you don't have to worry about the saving throw.
Take what I just said and do that after I go through that 8-10 foot section of water.
So you slosh through there, carrying your torch, and you come into a cavern. Stomp your feet, try to get your circulation going. You do see some wet footprints, like water has sloshed out of that pool.
Yep.
On the floor. And you're in about a 10-15 foot wide passageway that opens up into a big cavern. Again, kind of very irregular sides, craggy, cracky, 10-12 foot roof, ceiling, excuse me.
I don't even think I'm paying attention really to the shape of the cavern. I'm just following the wet footprints and just running.
Okay. So, so you can go 10, 20, 30, 40 feet. I'm going to forward to Harlow and Flint. You go about 15, 20 feet and come to a doorway on your left.
Okay, there's a doorway.
Or a door, not a doorway, a door, a wooden door.
A door. Okay, I'm going to walk over it. Flint, stay here, and I'll just kind of like pat her on the shoulder so I know she can't see.
And it's actually, I'm sorry, it's not a wooden door, it's an iron door.
Like, is there a grate or anything in it?
I'm sorry?
Is there like a grate or anything in the door? Like,
no, it's just a wooden door that has a handle, clasp, and a keyhole.
Okay. I'm gonna go over, put my head to it. Do I hear my ear to it? Do I hear anything?
You hear the sound of you rolling a perception check.
Natural one.
Okay. It seems very quiet except for the pounding of your heart in your chest.
Okay.
I'm gonna like feel around until I can feel the door and put my ear to it and give it a listen. That's gonna be 22. So.
Okay. Yeah. So you listen very closely, and aside from the pounding of your heart, you hear nothing. But then you start to hear the squish, slop, slap, squish sound behind you as the area you're in begins to lighten and glow.
Harlow, get behind me.
Apparent light
I
of
can see.
Source. What do?
I like move in front of Harlow and get my axes ready.
Okay, so your backs are to the iron door. You're in the passage, and around the corner, holding a torch, looking bedraggled, wet from the waist down, is Pavel.
I sort of like slide to his side.
Axes bared in hand, ready to go. Harlow's behind her as they stand in front of a large iron door.
Slide to a stop. What the hell are you guys doing?
There's a door.
I thought you heard me say I was okay, and I said Sonia.
Okay, yeah.
I'm shivering.
I don't know what your bird sitting on my shoulder meant, and I didn't hear you. I heard something.
Okay, sorry. Okay, put it this way. If she doesn't try to peck your eyes out, everything's okay. If something's wrong, she will make it known. Just for future reference.
Good to know for future reference. Let's get you two get your asses back up that road.
Door first. Just check the door. We've made it this far. We'll turn around after this.
Fine. I stomp past you guys, just sort of giving you a look, and I open the door.
Okay. The door's locked. It does have like a handle type thing and a keyhole.
Key in door.
You have a key. Where did you get this key, Shannon?
I got it from Zilligar, the room. There was a key in the drawer.
Pit of
And then there's
acid.
also a key from
Last
a pit of acid.
session. Yeah. Which key are you using?
I'm going to try both of them if one of them doesn't work.
Okay.
So I'll try the acid pit key first.
Okay. It's not the right size. Just doesn't
Okay.
look like it's going to fit shape-wise.
Let's try Zilligar's key.
Okay. So you're going to try to unlock the door
Yes.
with this key.
Yes.
Do I understand that correctly? Okay.
Yep.
So you insert the key into the door.
Yes. I turn the key.
So you turn the key and you hear snap and a mechanism, and the door kind of pops a little bit.
Keys.
Oh, holy shit.
We have 3 new advantages from tabletop loot.
Thank you,
Woo!
Very
Tabletop
much.
Loot.
You guys are amazing. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
These are
Holy
from you, Tabletop Loot.
Guacamole.
Yes,
Let's see.
all these. Actually, I'm playing with all tabletop loot stuff tonight.
These are from you, Tabletop Loot. I have so many freaking Tabletop Loot dice. I love you guys. Okay. How's that for sponsoredness? Thank you for sponsoring Castle Mac, by the way. Okay, so you've unlocked this iron door.
I pull it open.
You pull it open, and this cavern extends.
Eldritch
What's that?
blasts ready.
Okay, so this cavern extends about 50 feet to an opposite wall, and it's about 20 feet wide. The cavern kind of bends and continues to the north, but your attention is grabbed by a quartet of small, hovering little creatures that appear to be composed of molten rock magma. And with a cackling laugh, they scatter to the ceiling about 15 feet up. And it is time to roll initiative.
Close the door, lock the door, close the door, lock the door, close the door, lock the door.
Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, but Lethyrus is up there. He doesn't know what happening.
Close the door, lock the door, close the door, lock the door.
God damn it, guys.
Close the door, close the door, close the door.
21.
What did you expect to happen?
I'd hoped for this.
Flint, you can recognize this as some kind of molten rock. You know, the
21.
other two just see this like red, globby, gloopy looking sort of creatures, kind of smallish, really strange.
22.
Okay, so we got a 22. What
I
do you
will
have?
roll the 21.
21.
I also rolled a 21.
21.
Okay. What's your dex bonuses, Harlow and Flint?
2.
Dex is +3.
Okay, so Flint, you'll go before Harlow. Let me make some initiative rolls for my dudes. A's. Okay, y'all ready?
Yes.
Okay, so you got these duders hovering up around the ceiling. They're cackling and laughing at you and pointing. And it is Pavel's turn.
Are these guys grouped up?
You're kind of spread out.
Okay.
I learned this.
I figured I'd ask.
Well, they're looking like they're, taking strategic, tactical combat.
That makes sense. I'll set the torch on the ground, pull my bow, and fire at one.
Okay.
Using my -5 + 10. That's gonna be a 22 to hit.
Okay. That does have success against their armor class. Sweet.
$23 points of damage.
That's one hell of an arrow.
Well, it helps that I rolled max.
That's not a bad thing. Okay, so you fire an arrow, and it vanishes up into this oozy, thick, it's like thick, melty something or other.
Yeah.
It's just it's a weird, you've never seen any substance like this in your life. And it kind of squeals and howls. Anything else you'd like to do?
No. Not that I can think of. Yeah, end my turn.
All right. Flint.
I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna speak to them in Primordial, which is specifically Terran Primordial. See if maybe they answer.
Okay.
And be like, "What are you doing here? Who are you?"
They cackle and, make some weird sound language back at you. If you didn't know better, you'd say you were probably being taunted. They're like, looks like they're going to flick balls of melty, hot rock at you.
All right, time to shoot them with an arrow.
Okay. You're going to fire at the one that Pavel just struck, or are you going to pick a fresh one?
I'm gonna fire at the one Pavel hit.
Okay, there's 4 of them.
That's a natural 20!
People in your attack roll.
Pew, 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 pew.
Tabletop loot dice, baby.
Oh! Max damage! So that's...
Nice.
Let's see, so I double it?
Rolled the
2
dice
dice.
twice.
Oh, I rolled twice. Okay, so that's 23 damage.
Okay, so you fire an arrow into this thing, and it squeals and howls and spirals down and poof, lands on the floor. I need each of you to make a Dex saving throw as this thing lands on the floor because it implodes. 'Cause you guys are just barely into this cavern.
6.
And they're near that end of the cavern. 6.
16.
Okay. Harlow?
I'm trying to select the dice. That is a 12.
Okay. So, Pavel, you are struck by smoking hot molten rock, and you take 9 points of damage as this thing bursts and rains down fiery molten rock. Harlow and Flint, it just kind of glances off of you or maybe doesn't hit you.
I would like to think that my body blocked the splatter.
It explodes when it dies.
Yeah, sort of.
Okay. Flint, is that, the extent of your turn?
Let's see, what else am I gonna do? Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I have Harlow next.
All right.
There's 1 down. There are 3 kind of hovering around the ceiling. They're almost right above you, 15 feet up, but they're moving around. They're not just all laying up there right beside each other.
Okay, so if they're doing that, would they get an attack of opportunity against us as we start backing up?
No, because you're not close. You're not in melee.
All right, perfect. And I'm...
Yeah, so you guys are like maybe 5-10 feet into this cavern. You're still in the 10 to 15 foot wide area before it widens out. And they're kind of right above you, maybe just ahead of you.
All right, I'm thinking that where Flint can't see. She's probably behind me, and Pavel's in front of me. So I'm just kind of grabbing Pavel by the cloak or the back and just kind of backing up a little bit as much as I can and trying to bump into her, but over one show hand. I'm trying to give it more attention is paid to this, but I'm trying to get my point across. Doing both, so playing that very well. I'm going to set off a Eldritch Blast at the closest one to me.
Sure.
Let's see. Let's try this one. That is a 15.
Okay. That is success against their armor class.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll your damage from your Eldritch Blast. Is this purpley band of energy?
Oh wait, no, that's a 4 now. 6 damage. Yay.
Okay. 6 damage. So it just absorbs into it, fires into it, and kind of that sort of thing.
Okay.
Okay. Will that end your turn?
Like I said, I'm still trying to get the point to them of backing up. So I like to think I probably moved everybody back a couple of feet, or probably not very much.
Yeah, so Flint, as she's doing her magic arcane energy bolt, her wheelie dealy there, she backs right up into you, and it looks like she's kind of pulling Pavel with her. So Pavel, you feel yourself kind of pulled back as Harlow kind of reaches over your shoulder and fires this eldritch blast up at this creature at the ceiling, hitting it and wounding it. But she's, for whatever reason, kind of pulling you backward toward the door. You guys are still maybe 5-6 feet into the room.
Yeah, I don't resist being pulled back. So. Okay.
It is now our turn. And the one closest to you, you see it, it's just this globular thing. But anybody, whoops, I grabbed the wrong, oh no, I didn't. You guys are all pretty close to each other, aren't you? Let me see how this is going to work here. Okay, are any of you carrying or wearing anything metal that's visible?
Yeah,
my sword's in the sheath.
I have half plate on, which is
okay.
Is
quite visible.
Yeah.
Yep. Flint, what about you? Axes?
I mean, my axe is on my side, but that's about it.
Yeah, and they're wrapped in leather or some kind of something. Okay, so yeah, so you notice, Pavel, that your half plate is starting to glow red hot. And yeah. And so you're going to have to make me a spell save.
Oh,
I guess it'd be an intelligence save, right?
I guess.
Yep.
Dirty 20.
Okay. So you manage to resist this, but your metal armor starts to heat up. But for some reason, some way, somehow you manage to reduce this burning, but it's hotter than shit. Make me a con saving throw.
A second dirty 20.
Okay. So your instinct is to get this armor off because it is burning effing hot.
Yeah. Fun.
Yeah, so you're just like, holy shit, your armor's starting to glow. It's getting hot. Your sense is, I need to get this armor off or it's going to burn the absolute...
yeah, I just won't be able to do it till my turn, so...
All right.
The other two, or another one comes flying down with, it kind of forms talons, like it's coming in like an eagle, and it's going to try and make an attack on the next person in line, which is Harlow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. Hit me with a... oh, nothing. Never mind. You got 2 claws coming at you. Where's my other D4? There it is. That's 5. And 5 is 10 points of damage from claw slashing clawness. Plus 3 fire damage.
I'm resistant.
Okay, so no fire damage.
No, you're immune.
Yeah, this was thinking I'm immune.
Yeah, so no fire damage. Yeah, with the mask. But you take 10 from rending claws as it kind of swoops down and rakes across you. The other one flies in behind, and it's going to breathe a 15-foot cone of fire at you. And so I need you each to make a DC 11 dex save as this wall of fire, as this thing swoops down at you.
12.
4.
10.
Okay, so I got 2 fails and a save, right? Flint, you made it?
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay, so Pavel and Harlow, good grief, you take 5. It's kind of like... And Flint, you take 2.
5 points of Fire damage?
Fire damage, yeah.
Flint, say it. Oh, yeah. Right.
I'm
Now,
immune
you're
anyways.
resistant, Harlow, so you're fine. Flint save for 2. Pavel, you got 5.
Oh, boy.
And we're back around to the top of the order for initiative.
Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out.
Yeah. I grab my torch and look at them wide-eyed as, like, I imagine little bits of smoke are starting to curl up from where the edges of my armor touched, like, the leather underneath. Run. I sprint.
Yes. Yeah, you've got like leather under that armor and everything, and so you guys vacate the room using your turn to move.
Yeah. I do.
I want to be last out.
Okay.
So
as I'm running and I'm sprinting. So I'm
Okay, so Pavel exits.
as I'm running by, I yell, "Close the door behind you."
Flint, you're after Pavel. Your turn.
Yeah, I believe. I run out. I don't think I can take these guys by myself. So.
Okay. So
Gonna
Flint
leave.
pops out, and Harlow, you were left there in the room. Your companions have bolted. You are next in initiative. You are right at the door because of everybody kind of moving back. You know, you're easily able to get out of the room this turn. Close the door as your movement.
I am going to cast a ray of frost before I leave the room, and then just hop out of the room and close the door, and hopefully be able to get either lock it or get the one with the key to lock it.
Okay. So ray of frost. So this ray of
Fire frost will work, I guess.
freezing blue-white light.
That's 23.
Oh, you
Guess
casted
that
it at a
hits.
higher level?
No, it's a cantrip, but I got a 23 to hit.
Oh, I thought you meant the damage was 23. I was like, holy
No.
crap, holy-
Oh my god, no.
Yeah, so that hits one of the dudes. Do you want to hit the one that was wounded, or the fresh ones?
The one that was closest to me.
Okay.
So,
So I'm gonna do this. Okay.
It's just 7 damage.
That just happens to be the one that was wounded. Roll your damage.
I got 7.
7. Okay. Bear with me a second here. When you are vulnerable, is that double damage?
Twice the damage
Okay.
roll. Yep.
So 14. Okay, so you blast this thing with a ray of cold, and it shrieks and howls, and then you said you were going to exit
Yeah, I'm exiting and closing the door.
and closing the door. Okay. So you guys are on the other side of the door. You see immediately the door begin to turn red and heat up.
Go, 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 go.
Run.
Everybody ahead of me, go.
They're gonna follow us.
I'm the only one that they can't burn. Go.
I
I'll
know.
hold
I'm
them
just
off and
saying.
follow behind you guys.
I'm running, but I'm like I've got my bow ready and I'm looking over my shoulder. The minute I see anything whip around the corner, I'm shooting at it.
And just get
Okay.
ahead of me.
So you guys cruise. Pavel,
Yeah.
Flint, Harlow.
Yep.
So you go back in the way you came?
Mhm.
Okay. So as you're running, Pavel, your armor begins to cool. Okay? It's still hot as shit, but it's no longer red and glowing, right?
Yeah.
Flint, you're behind Pavel. You would notice this. Pavel's got his torch. Harlow, you're behind Flint. You guys run through the cavern. You come to the pool. And I'm going to stop you right there. And we're going to flash to Lathyrus.
All day
Oh,
I face
no.
the barren waste.
So, right, you're just like
without
hanging out in the
taste,
hall.
Water.
Do-de-do-de-do.
I'm kind of just hanging at the top, still holding the rope, just singing to myself.
Do-de-do-de-do.
Without the taste of water, cool water.
Okay.
Day and hour with throats burn dry, etc., etc. Copyright infringement.
Okay. So as you're hanging out there in your passageway there, looking over the pit, you hear from behind you, coming down the passageway, that direction from the 3 rooms you guys inspected, croaking and grunting and general reptilian, almost sounds like arguing, and the like kind of like running, coming towards your direction from behind you up that passageway.
Okay.
It's like, it's almost like, I don't know if it's arguing or barking orders or what's going on there.
Remind me what's in this room.
So the room you're in, you're actually standing in the hallway. You had just turned right. So you're in a 10-foot passageway with the door open overlooking the pit.
Okay. What are the stats on the shield I have now?
You have a really nice shield.
Yeah.
Like nicer than any shield you've ever seen.
And shields are like +2 to your armor, right?
Okay, yeah, so it's just a fancy shield, but the stats are the same?
Yeah, the shield gives you +2 to your armor. It's a +1 shield, so it would give you +3 to your AC.
Oh.
Excellent. A +3 shield.
Well, the shield is +1. The function of the shield gives you +2, then the magical bonus gives you a total of +3. But it's a +1 shield.
Well, sure, like overall.
But overall, you get 3 to your armor class.
It would be
Nice.
3. Great. Okay, I'm going to look in the hole. Do I see any darkness?
No, darkness.
All right.
Yeah, and think about this. This is happening as they have, Pavel went down, sloshed through the water. He's gone. It's quiet.
Yep.
You're standing around. All of a sudden, you hear this clatter coming down the hallway behind you, kind of barking and chirping and guttural, lizardy, reptilian crackling, but not at the pitch of the kobolds. These are not kobolds. Or if they are, they're big fucking kobolds.
Oh, dear.
Because it's a much deeper, gruntier, guttural thing going on. That hurts.
I didn't want to leave him.
All right.
I was worried.
Look at the hole, see nothing. Look towards the noises.
Okay. You see torchlight coming, and around the corner comes 2 big, honking, spiky, lizardy, think like humanoid iguanas, buffed out. Let's roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh no.
They're not holding weapons, but they got some wicked-looking claws, fangs. They're drooling. They don't look incredibly happy to see you.
What were these?
15, by the way.
Okay.
Were these the kind of thing that I shot in the chest that one time and it died?
I don't remember that. Okay. So you can act first. I do not apparently care to roll well on initiative. So you are up, Lethuris. You have basically, these things are large enough. You kind of have one behind the other as they come down the passageway.
How far away are they?
They're entering melee.
Okay, so that's... I actually don't know what that means.
You notice as they approach and get within about 5 feet, the first one, the smell is absolutely horrifically awfully stenchy, pungent, ass, foot, crotch.
Yeah,
it is nasty. In fact, like what you encountered before.
Yep.
So what I need you to do is make me a con save.
Oh, that's stinky, huh?
Bad.
All right.
You're
Boy,
like,
that's a 5 all.
Yeah, you're like, ooh, right? And so you're feeling woozy. You're feeling nasty. And you are poisoned. I'm trying to see the effects of that.
Oh.
So you are poisoned right now.
Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls.
Yep. Just found it. Thank you. So you are rolling at disadvantage for any ability checks and attack rolls. It is your go. And this thing is nasty looking. It's nasty sounding. And it would have to really upgrade to be nasty smelling. Nasty.
Okay, well, first off, gonna grab the old shield, bring that in front of me.
Yeah.
And then I guess, can I do Sunder one-handed? That's something you will allow me to do.
I think as a Minotaur, I'm going to allow that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That
I think what I'm
is
going to do, though, I'm going to punish you a little bit for that.
okay.
You're going to roll D10 instead of D12. It's kind of like
Okay.
the opposite of versatile. How does that sound? It's a little awkward, so you can't get quite the oomph behind it, even though you're one strong SOB.
That sounds fair.
Yeah.
23 to hit.
Okay. That is a successful hit.
Okay. That is 7, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage.
Okay. So you wield that axe, you just cut a notch in its chest, and it howls, and Green Ichor immediately starts running, and it's like, ah! What are you going to do? What was that, 12 you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. As a bonus action, I am going to hit it with my horns. It has to have a strength save of 14,
Okay.
or it will be pushed away 5 feet and knocked prone.
Okay. So you hit it with your horns. Are you able also to like do an attack roll with damage to this, or is it just a push?
No,
a shield?
I don't think I have any bonus attacks with damage at the moment.
Right. So you're just basically hitting it with your horn. It's not an attack. It's a
I'm just
shove.
pushing it.
Okay. So it sprawls. It just goes back. So you hack it once with your axe and just roar and rear your head, hammer it, and it falls back into its buddy as the other one's roaring up the hallway.
Great. Can I use my bonus action? So I guess
Yeah, that was your bonus.
can't do anything else then. Besides, and the hole's behind me, so I really can't do anything. So I guess it's their turn.
Okay. So it is just kind of smashed into his buddy 5 feet from you. He's going to recover and use his movement to come back to you for melee.
Okay.
And he gets claw bite. Okay.
And
2 claws hit you. One is a nat 20. So you're going to take 9, 3 is 12 total from the 2 claws.
Easy.
Okay, bite misses you. Second dude. I've got a 10, a 12, and a 15. 15 doesn't hit either, does it?
Nope.
What's your AC now?
Right now it's 20.
Okay. Yeah. So 3 misses. You're up. So you got 2 of these giant stinky ass things. First thing you got to do is con save.
Okay. 19.
Okay. So you managed to, after puking in your mouth a little bit and being doubled over and having a real struggle, you've managed to shake off this effect of the stench of these nasty reptilian, and they're like seething and spitting and, they're almost like fighting each other to get at you. And it is your attack.
Okay. I would like to rage.
Do your thing.
Oh my god, that's a nat 20 to hit.
Oh,
Nice.
sweet, man.
Nat body.
So you get double damage on that, plus rage, plus stuff.
I have something called Savage Attack 2, which would originally give me double damage.
Okay.
So, question is, would that give me triple damage? Or just double damage?
The nat 20 gives you an extra damage dice. So
Sure.
that tells me you're getting 3 damage dice instead of 2, or 3 damage Whatever your
Or is it-
damage is for that, you would
Would
get
it be-
3 damages.
Would it be double the dice and then double the rolled damage?
Describe for me what did you call that? Savage attack?
Savage attack. Let me see. Features and traits. See, savage attack. So when you score a critical hit, roll 1 of the dice an additional time and add to the
Wow.
extra damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Just an
basically
extra
3
roll.
dice rolls. Yep. Go ahead.
That.
Nice.
Is this your axe again?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
9, 10, 1, so 20.
20.
Okay. So describe for me what happens to this thing as you just blast it with your battle axe in a fit of barbaric Minotaurian rage.
Okay, I bring it. Well, it's pretty near here. All the way. Shield up. I roar at him. I pure bull fury, and then I raise it up and bring it straight down the middle, slicing it in half.
Okay.
It falls open to reveal the other one behind it, and I stare at it. I point at you.
Okay. The other one behind it, you actually see it kind of react with surprise, like, holy shit.
Can I roll to intimidate?
Yeah.
Intimidate.
I love you, Abby. Don't die.
20.
Okay. It just stands there, like, shocked, stunned for a second. You still have a bonus action. And I would allow you to step over through the deceased troglodyte to get to the other one, because he's not like fully stunned, but he's like, holy crap, what just happened? You know, and in that split second, you can bonus action against him if you want.
I guess I will. Can't bonus attack, so I guess I'll just hammer horns again. DC 14.
Try to knock him down.
Yep.
We're back. Okay, so he kind of stands his ground as you almost kind of shook him back to reality there. Okay. So it's our attack.
All right.
That's the end of your turn.
Yep. Can't do anything else.
And you're AC 20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he bites at you and misses and rends a claw across you, and it just kind of doesn't even find purchase in your thick Minotaur hide, but the last claw coming in does. Kind of catches and tears through your hide a little bit. Golly. And you got 3 points of damage from that claw attack. It's like, thunk.
That's nothing.
And I know, and it just stands there snarling at you. And it's your go.
Okay. Gonna drop the shield. 2 armed. Sunder. That is 18 to hit.
Okay. That's a hit.
Let's see, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, plus I'm still raging, so 19 damage.
Man, okay, so you hammer this thing, and the net result is you get it down to one knee. Describe for me how that happens. He is not dead, but he is massively gashed from this huge two-handed swing.
I bring Sunder down on his shoulder. The force buckles his knees.
Mm-hmm.
And then I draw Sunder back with like a crack. And I stare him down, waiting for him to try something.
You still have a bonus action.
Okay.
In movement.
And movement. Okay, with my movement, I will back up 5 feet. And I will not do anything bonus. Just let him take his turn.
Okay. So he's going to very slowly rise and charge you to try and bite and claw. One last frenzied gasp of incredibly shitty dice rolls, except for one claw rends into you with another nat 20.
Ooh.
and he does 4 points of damage. I fucking hate D4s, man. They just suck. You know what I mean? They just aren't exciting. So 4 more points of damage as he just last gasps, and he's almost hanging on you. You know, because that axe blow was just absolutely devastating. So it is your turn.
Okay.
You're just toe to toe with this giant lizard dude. You know, right beside the pit, right in the hallway, kind of close quarters.
Oh, I know.
There's 2 halves of one on the floor.
Okay. I want to grab him.
Okay.
And I want, if I succeed, to
Okay.
turn around and throw him into the pit.
Okay. So you want to kind of shove him?
Yep, I just want to like grab, twist, and shove.
Okay. All right, so we're going to go opposed. And I'm going to go at disadvantage because I'm down to very minimal awesomeness.
Okay.
You grab him, right? And his eyes kind of get big. Oh, jeez. Okay, what'd you get?
Dirty 20.
Okay, so you can do your thing. You've won your contested dice roll. You can push him in whatever direction.
All right. I'm going to pick him up by the neck. I'm going to turn around. I'm just going to whip him down the hole.
Okay, so you're easily able to do this. So this thing vanishes down the hole, and you can hear him. He kind of slams into one of the sides of the shaft because you kind of threw him. Mm-hmm. As the 3 of you are flashing back to the kids downstairs, as the 3 of you are running up to the pool, something big and lizard-like drops out of that shaft in the ceiling, pafoosh, into that pool of water, spraying whoever's in front. I believe it's Pavel, with icy frickin' cold water, head to toe.
Probably next to you right now.
Big frickin' huge lizard thing, and it
Probably
just kind of floats there in the pool. So all you see, this happens quickly. So for all you know, you don't know what that was, but it was some big lizardy dark.
I imagine that after the initial rush of like, whoa, that's cold, it actually probably feels pretty good. Steam
you
coming
got
off
steam coming off your armor, sizzling. And you're right at the foot of that pool. The 2 behind you also got a little wet, but it wasn't anything like what you got. You know, picture like Shamu at the
Flint, put your foot in the loop in the rope and tug twice.
Well, I don't know. So I pull on the rope.
Okay, is the rope tied off upstairs?
I forgot to mention I tied it to Bill.
Okay, so the rope is tied to his harness or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you're standing there, Lethyrus, kind of catching your breath, there's a stinky troglodyte carcass cloven in half at your feet. There's the other one's gone. There's a trog floating in the pool down there, and the rope is tugging.
I rush over and I grab it.
Okay, and you can feel dead weight on the other end of it.
Okay, start pulling.
Okay, Flint, I'd like you to make me an athletics check to hold onto the rope, and Lethyrus, I'd like you to make me an athletics check to pull the rope up.
19.
It's gonna be 16.
Okay, no problem. Lethyrus is like, and Flint breaks the plane of the pit area.
We have to hurry and get them out of there now.
Oh, okay. Rope's down.
Okay.
Swoop. Another one. Here we go.
You got the loop, right? So it's like a foot in there, and then you grab onto the rope.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who's next?
Pavel.
Sure.
Pavel, up you go. Athletics, both of you.
Yeah.
21 for me.
8.
8. Okay, give me a dex check.
17.
Okay. So you manage to, your grip kind of slips up here, but because you got a foot in that loop, you're able to not completely go off the rope.
Yeah.
Because you were kind of so close to it, and you managed to grab a hold of it again, but it was kind of one of those heart rate thing going. And Letherius, you feel a couple of weird tugs, and you're like, what the hell's he doing down there? As you pull Pavel up. And last but not least.
All right, I'm watching down the passage for anything that comes, and I'll stick my leg in the loop, wrap one hand around, and keep the other out. Get ready to cast something.
Okay. So, give me strength check or athletics checks for each of you, please.
15.
Natural.
Okay, no problem.
Finally got something right this night.
Nice.
One good roll.
So, Letherius, you haul your third bedraggled, wet, rather scorched-looking. All three of them look like they've seen some kind of fire activity. You know, little scorch and burns and some hair singed. They're wet, but Pavel looks a little bit scratched here and there, and his armor seems to be steaming a little bit. And you're in the
Meanwhile,
hallway.
I'm smellier than ever.
At the north end of the pit, you three arrive up top, and as she's hauling you up, you notice there's a large lizard reptilian beast like what you faced earlier that's been cloven straight, right down the center axis.
Yeah.
Just laying in the hallway.
Are you guys okay? Pavel, are you okay? You don't look too good, man.
I'm fine. We fought some globs of fire. There was a door down there, and just to get it over with, we opened it.
It didn't go well, I take it.
No, there were 4 floating globs of fire and stone. They practically cooked me alive in my own fucking armor.
Well, that just won't do, now will it? I point at the body, or the 2 halves of the body. Yeah, I guess they ran into me, in a way. Some of those big lizard guys. They don't smell too good, but...
No, but it looks like you handled them pretty...
Yeah, it beats being cooked alive in your armor, I guess.
Yeah.
And that is where we're going to call it a night.
Yeah.
Aw.
Okay.
We're at a nice little stopping spot.
Good session, y'all.
That was a good one.
All right. What do y'all think?
I think
I'm hurting.
that was fun.
You
Yeah,
found
that-
some cavern.
That wasn't great for me, health-wise either.
I feel
This-
fantastic and reinvigorated that my keys are coming in clutch.
That was a keyed iron door. First iron door you've seen. First keyed door you've seen. And where was that key you found? That was in
That was in
Zeliger's
Room, yeah.
wizard room thing.
it was in his bedside table, I believe.
And his drawer that was also unlocked with a key, might I add.
Yes, so you came in very key right there. Okay, so Castle Max waiting on raid. Let's any thoughts on tonight's session? Anything you want to share? Positive, negative, ups, downs?
Other than the fact that I'm really sorry about just fully destroying an entire encounter with one shot.
Don't be. That's sweet as hell, man.
From my point of view, I love the whole thing. From Pavel's point of view, I think he's starting to get maybe a little annoyed with some of the recklessness in the group. And I mean, obviously, he's also a little annoyed at himself for that too, but like, yeah.
We're not a happy family.
Not really.
That was funny when Flint went down the shaft. All right, Pavel, good. How about Harlow? Where are you at after all that, Harlow?
Hurting. Harlow is hurting. I'm loving it. It was fun. I'm feeling so bad now for telling Flint about the damn door.
Enjoying your raven?
Yeah, yes. Sonia's so much fun. I love her so much.
Nice. Very good. Flint.
I'm having the time of my life. Let me tell you.
Flint is at Disneyland. I'm going to Disney.
Flint just wants to get the job done and get some vengeance, so she's willing to do anything for that, obviously.
Mhm.
It may lead to some less than stellar decision making.
Nice. Yeah, we've seen that. Lathyrus.
I enjoyed thoroughly that last fight and feeling so strong.
Freaking
It's
drilled
so
that
cool.
troglodyte.
I was worried for a second, but then I was like, this is going well. This is going super well.
Yeah. Their claw attacks aren't really great. The bite's what I really wanted to get you with, but the claws D4 damage just isn't all that exciting. I rolled some decent attack rolls. Hell, I hit 2 nat 20s, but D4s was nat 20s. Woo! So, yeah, but we had an interesting encounter down in the basement there, down in the caverns. So you've discovered that there's a subterranean level to this complex. Pretty interesting. Okay, so let's just go around real quick. Again, I'm Wiley Hobbit, and you can find me at Wiley Hobbit on Twitter. I hang out a lot in the Castle Mac Discord. This is where I play D&D right now. My Monday night game finished up for a few months. So that's me. That's where you can find me. How about Pavel or Devin? Where can we find you, bud?
You can find me here every other Wednesday and moderating the Castmac Twitch and Discord under the name Utilitas. And then obviously at my Twitter handle below. Yeah.
Very good. Flint.
I'm Shannon, Channellogic across all the internets, and you can find me here every other Wednesday and sporadically in Castle Mac March games. And I also have an Etsy shop full of fun, nerdy stuff you can commission me for. It's in my Twitter bio, so check it out. Buy my stuff. Give me money. I want to give you stuff.
Nice. Very good. Lathyrus. Abby.
You can find me here every other Wednesday, Scotho Dio, across the internet. I don't do anything like make perler bead art, but if you want facts on lizards, I'm your girl.
Make you a hell of a deal on a half lizard. Side of lizard. And last but not least, Ms. Misery. Harlow.
I play in a couple different channels all over the internet, so you can check my Twitter handle down below there somewhere, over here, there, somewhere. There's best ways to find me. I'm always posting where I'm at to and where I'm about. And I love this crew. I love this community.
Love you guys.
It's the best.
Thanks to Steven
I
for
love you.
producing us. I think we're raiding out.
Yeah.
Thank you, Internet. Thank you, chat. Thanks for hosting us, Castle Mac. And we'll see you all in 2 weeks. Exciting, right? I don't know how close we are to our raid, but looks like we're getting out of here. Thank you all for hanging out.